Hello there, my frugal friends. I am Samantha. This is the channel Trying to Get By. For those of you who have not been before, hello. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. So let me give you an update. So I've got a bit of a cold coming. That's always great. Temperature in the UK is cold. And last night, the boiler went gurgle, 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 blah, 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 blah. Then the blue light started flashing. Then a number came up. We looked it up and we ended up booking an engineer. The engineer can't come till next week. But fortunately, due to the power of the Facebook, Chris had posted that we were having issues. And a friend of his messaged us this morning and we think we have solved the problem. It was mostly due to a frozen pipe. So we've been out with, I think, about 10 jugs of kettles full of boiling water, and fingers crossed it seems to be working at the moment. Let me listen. Yep, sound pretty much back to normal. So that's the state of where we're up to. Thought I'd do a video for you today. I was thinking about, some people are posting, oh, I use this in the kitchen, I use that in the kitchen, this is useful for me. And I thought, why don't I go through the 10 groups of things that I find super important in my kitchen, things that I won't go without. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's start with number one. Right, number one, beans and pulses. These are such a valuable thing for me to have in my kitchen. We're vegetarian. These are a great protein source for us. They're also absolutely fabulous to cook with and great for storage. So some examples we've got some pinto beans. I can cook those in the pressure cooker, and I could cook a big batch of them and then cool them and freeze them, and then I can just scoop a portion out each time I need it. Green lentils, absolutely fabulous in stews and cottage pies and things like that. Barley. If you want to make a recipe more wholesome and filling, barley is a brilliant, brilliant choice. Red lentils. I love a dal. Dals are amazing. They're so filling, so tasty. That's for those. I've got some chickpeas. Could do with topping up my chickpeas, but I do also have canned chickpeas. I have both because I think both are useful. One of the main reasons I have these chickpeas is because I like to use the chickpea water from it to make my own mayonnaise. So that's some aquafaba there. Black beans in water, again, a great addition. They're great for if you want to do some kind of Chinese dish, but also if you want to do refried beans. I also have green lentils canned as well. And if you're British, you can't have a cupboard without baked beans. Baked beans are a classic. If you are hungry, what do you have? Beans on toast. Beans on toast are the best thing. Cheesy beans on a jacket potato. Absolutely delicious. Now, something I've seen recently that I'm going to have a go at was a mixed bean cheese sandwich in Sainsbury's. Slightly spicy. It's got a bit of sweet corn in it, a little bit of red onion. Think I'm going to have a go at that. So, number one, beans and pulses. Number two is a pretty quick one. Onions. I don't not have onions. I always have normal white onions. I have red onions. They're both brilliant. They both have different flavours to them. Slightly sweeter, slightly more intensive. I love red onions on a pizza. They are absolutely amazing. I do use onion powder as well sometimes, but onions in your fridge are definitely an essential item. Number three, this is my condiment section. So in my condiment section, I have vinegars. I have a variety of vinegars. Vinegars are great. They will help balance out a meal. They will add so much flavour. I have balsamic vinegar, but I also have flavoured balsamics. This is a fig and date balsamic. Absolutely amazing and delicious. I have put that in when I have been canning some tomatoes. Gives an absolutely amazing flavour. I think that's another fig and date. Then we have a raspberry balsamic. Hiding behind here is a pomegranate balsamic. For those who live in the northwest, that is from Park Farm up in Ramsbottom. Absolutely straight off the motorway. Can't miss it. Right hand side just before you get to Ramsbottom. Absolutely amazing. Included in my vinegars, I will also add apple cider vinegar. This is great. Many people purport its health properties. I just like it because it adds a really nice flavour. And I also use that when I am making my own mayonnaise. Number 4, lemon juice. Again, with the balsamic with all the vinegars, lemon juice is a great flavour enhancer. If you have made a dish and you are not sure what is needed and you don't want to add more salt, add lemon juice. I have those lemons, and I also have fresh lemons because the zest can also add a nice flavour to your foods. Okay, number 5, salt. Salt is important in cooking. You know why your food tastes so good when you go out to a restaurant? Because they use salt. Salt is brilliant. Don't go crazy with it. You don't want it to taste like the bottom of the Mediterranean. However, if you are doing pasta, I use just a general table salt, fine table salt, and I make my pasta water as salty as the sea. Remember, you're pouring most of it away, but if you take a piece of that pasta out and taste it, it's got flavour. It tastes so much better. I do tend to save that for mostly that kind of thing. If I am cooking, I prefer to use sea salt. It has got more of a delicate flavour. This is my Maldon sea salt. This is another sea salt that I got a while back. And a friend even gave me this red wine salt, Fleur de Merlot. Not something I use very often, but, you know, it's handy to have in. I think it would be good if you were making like a bourguignon or some kind of deep, rich red wine sauce. You could go in with that salt instead. Salt is a flavour enhancer. Do not be scared of salt. Yes, I appreciate that people with medical issues who have sodium issues, be more cautious. But if you want flavour, salt is your first port of call. But like I said, lemon can also help as well. Number 6, oils and fat. These, again, are great for cooking. Now, you can fry and do dry frying. That works for certain things. I have done water sauteing where you spray water into the pan once it is hot, and it encourages the food to cook better. However, these are the fats that we have in our house. We have obviously our, I can't believe it's not, we use this in baking, we use this on sandwiches. It is just a general spread. It is vegan by coincidence, not by design, and this is what we like to use. I also like to use Flora plant-based butter. This one is a solid one because sometimes you need a solid fat to do some baking, so this is what we use for that. But other butters, you know, your general, your Lurpaks, etc., are the other butters that you can use. For cooking and frying, I just use a generic basic oil, a vegetable oil. It is neutral, it has no flavour. If I'm making my mayonnaise, I will use this. If you want a flavoured oil, then you might want to go for a peanut oil or a sesame oil. I've run out of sesame oil at the moment, something I need to put on my shopping list, but that's something else you can use. I also sometimes have this and use some coconut oil, particularly if I'm making a Thai dish and I want to start off with that little bit of coconutty flavour. This does add some flavour to it. And bizarrely, Chris actually likes his eggs fried in coconut oil. He says it tastes really nice. It's strange, but nice. Extra virgin olive oil. Do not cook with this. This does not have a high smoke point. This is the flavour that you use for your salad dressings, your sauces, the drizzle that you pour on at the end of the dish. Save this for the good stuff. Don't waste it for cooking. If you want to cook with olive oil, don't use extra virgin olive oil, use a standard olive oil. But again, your smoke point's not quite as high, and you're also adding flavour where you might not necessarily want flavour, and you don't want the oil to overpower your dish. But these are the oils that I like to use. Number 7 is an ingredient: frozen vegetables. There is nothing wrong with frozen vegetables whatsoever. They have been frozen at their peak and they have maintained a majority of their nutrition. In fact, they say frozen peas are better than fresh peas because they are frozen pretty much within an hour of them being picked, and any fresh peas you have will have lost a lot of their nutrition. But frozen veg is great. This is why we've got the freezer full at the moment. So we have frozen peas. We have some frozen leeks we froze ourselves. We have frozen celery that we froze ourselves. Great additions to dishes, and plus stops your food waste. A good bag of mixed vegetables is a brilliant thing to have in. You can use it as a side. You can use it as an ingredient. We have some kale. Literally, as soon as this comes in, and we're not going to use it, I chuck it straight in the freezer. And if you want to break it up into smaller pieces, do it while it's frozen. Works really, really well. I think down in the depths there, we have also got some frozen cauliflower and frozen broccoli. We have also been saving all our veggies for Christmas. So I have got some frozen sprouts in there. I have got some more frozen greens in there. And that is what we've got in there. So frozen vegetables are a valuable resource just to grab, pour in a dish, bulk it out. You want to make your meal go stretch further, go for a bag of frozen veg and pop that in. Number 8, garlic. If a recipe says 1 clove of garlic, put 3. There is no such thing as too much garlic in a dish. Garlic is amazing. Garlic is the base of so many different things. If you do not want to have fresh garlic and the faff of that, then get yourself a jar of garlic. Nobody's going to judge you. A jar of garlic is absolutely fine to have if you want to throw it in your dish. Saves you having to do all the messing. Your hands end up stinking of garlic if you end up using the cloves. You can use a garlic crusher. Jamie Oliver often uses the garlic crusher and puts the whole clove in without even peeling it. And it will just squeeze it all the way through. I normally whack mine on a board with a back of a handle of a knife and just give it a good smush. But garlic, amazing. Use it wisely, use it well. Now, if you have watched my videos before, you know this is my favourite. I'm going to call this 9 and 10. Because 9 is your herbs and 10 is your spices. My drawer looks like this because I'm obsessed with herbs and spices. We grow some in the garden. I like to collect them from different places. I have bought big containers from Costco. I have bought packages from Unicorn Grocery. If you've not seen my Unicorn Grocery video, take a look there. Let me go through how I organise my spice drawer. I generally start off with my Asian spices. So this is my 5 spice and my 7 spice. Then we go into the smoky flavours, the smoked paprika, the normal paprika, some chilli, cayenne, turmeric. I like a bit of jerk seasoning, that's really good. Further up, sumac, great for vibrancy and lemony flavours. A bit of Cajun seasoning for a bit of fiery kick and really, really good depth of flavour. Then we're going into the curry flavours, the ones that you use to create that depth of flavour in your curries, or even in some Mexican dishes. I will use cumin. So I have got cumin seeds, I have got ground cumin, I have got garam masala, a generic medium curry, tandoori, korma, mustard seeds. Then we go into these ones. Star anise is a great one. If you put a couple of these or your cardamom pods in while you are cooking your rice, brilliant enhancement to the flavour of your rice. Just don't forget to fish them out afterwards because you don't want to be crunching down on those. Over here, kaffir lime, absolutely gorgeous smelling. If you use that in your stir fries, in your Thai dishes, really, really nice, lasts really, really well. So that's a leaf. Dill, I love dill. I will often make a dip with some mayonnaise and some herbs and some dill in there. Tarragon, any chicken dish or chicken style dish. We made hot pot last night, so it was a fake chicken and leek hot pot, and I put tarragon in there. Absolutely yummy. Sorry, you can hear Archie, it's because I've got the door shut. Garlic powder, onion powder, brilliant. You can use those to add flavour to any dish. Celery salt is another good one that adds a really good flavour. You don't taste it as celery, it just is an enhancement. Then we go into more herbs. We have got thyme, brilliant for, I use it on roast potatoes, thyme roasted potatoes. Really good if you are not veggie, thyme and parmesan roasted potatoes. Coriander leaf is a good one for adding to salsas and things like that. Parsley, if you're making a nice white sauce, parsley is a great one to go into there. Then we have got the herbs that you can just dip into for anything. Italian herbs, a great blended mix. Basil, oregano and a mixed herb blend. These work fabulous in, I'd say, 90% of dishes that you can make. Now, you can't see them at the back, but I do have some more. These are what I call, well, it's the ones I don't use as often. So we've got bay leaves, we've got sage. Can't wait to use that at Christmas. We have got, what have we got there? Oh, parsley leaves that I'd dried out myself. Rosemary, which we dried ourselves because my rosemary plant's gone massive. We have whole nutmeg for grating. That is brilliant if you are making a white sauce. Nutmeg adds a lovely flavour to a white sauce and is also brilliant in sweet dishes where you use cinnamon. Ginger. I will use this in savoury cooking as well as sweet cooking. Cinnamon. I like it, just not too much. And lastly, mixed spice, great for adding to any kind of cake recipes. I use that in my banana bread. So this is my herb and spice drawer. Some of you have asked in the past if you would, that they would like to see it. So there we are. That's generally what I use in there. So that is number 9 and number 10. So there you go, that is a bit of a tour round things that I find so useful in my kitchen. Let me know in the comments below if you agree. Let me know in the comments below if you have got something that I should consider adding to my list that maybe takes more importance. I'd be really interested to find out what your opinions are. Thank you for watching. Please do the liking and the subscribing, and I will see you next time.